So I've been very humbled by my volunteer exposure to um, various indigenous populations across the country. I have volunteered with it's called the Trauma Recovery Humanitarian Association Program, a big long title, but it's the volunteer arm of the EMDR Institute. And it was set up originally by Francine Shapiro, wanting to encourage people, even back then in the 1980s and 90s, when this idea of underserved populations and disenfranchised populations was not as well understood, the breadth to which that really extended. But over the years, that community has grown and reached out, and every place that I've been sent, whether it's been the mountains of Alaska, where I've been dealing with the Inuit, I think that's how you say it, or the Aleut, or the Eskimos, or if I'm down in Oklahoma dealing with the Cherokee Nation, I go in with a great deal of humble, open thought about, I need to learn. I need to learn about your culture. I need to learn about your history. I need to know what you've been through. You know, yes, I know there's the intergenerational transmission of trauma. And for sure, these communities have, not only by behavior and by lived life experience, but we now know that microRNA transmits really material that causes personality characteristics to reflect trauma that may have happened generations before. But because those people were not healed, it just keeps coming down to the next generation and the next generation. One of the things I always ask these communities is the question about, what are their customs around death and dying, and what are their belief systems? Because honoring their practices is so very important. So although I come in with some background in, yes, trauma and how the brain works, and the fact that I believe that everyone does carry inside of them some healing path, you know, whoever made us, whether you believe it's God or Big Bang or whatever, you know, we don't have to figure out how to heal a cut on our hand. You know, our body knows how to heal itself. The emotional burden that people carry, there is some innate system, i.e. sleep, by which some of that is worked through. And by looking through these various psychotherapies that have developed, we've figured out what aspects of memory to really look at in order to bring the past into some healing in the present, so that the future can be different. And, you know, each culture, each community teaches me something different. And I really am, I receive a lot more in my own personal growth than I feel like I give to them. But I leave behind me a group of better trained clinicians, so that they can continue to help those people heal in a way that is reflective of their culture, their community, and their life, and where they need to go. So, you know, there isn't one size fits all. I can't really tell you the Cherokee Nation needed this, and the Alaskan Indians needed that, or in Arkansas, you know, the BIPOC people down there needed something different. Every culture is very different, and you just, as a clinician, as a trainer, as a healer, you have to be humble and you have to be open and learn.